all conscious life is able to speak the original language that has eternally existed and pray, you know? And you got to think of who the eternal consciousness is that we're all praying to. That existed forever. And just think of it like now and forward in time, you know, for eternity. That's how long they've existed, alone by themselves. That's just the truth of the matter. And when you're praying to this entity, this eternal consciousness, you got to realize they've always had a name, they've always had a language. And since there was nobody to talk to, there was no air. Air was not created yet, so there was no air to vibrate to make sounds, you know? Their name would not be a spoken word since there was no one to speak to, it's just them, you know? Their name would be the complete conscious thought of who they are, and their language would be the personal conscious thought. So personal conscious thought is the language used to speak the eternal name that has always existed in the eternal language that has always existed. Now, if you know who this entity is, then just have the complete conscious thought of who they are. Do not speak a single word. Just have the complete conscious thought of who they are and hold it. Just hold it. And share conscious thoughts with them. And the way, what I mean by that is, let's say you want to say, hello. That's the whole prayer. Hello, how are you? How are things? So you take the words, hello, how are things, and you get rid of them. But you keep the conscious thought of that. Hello, how are things? You just share that conscious thought while you're speaking the name, kind of thing. And you get back a conscious thought, conscious understanding, you know, from your, that's what you get. That's what you get back. You don't get any words back because their original language is not human. It's not English. It's not any language that exists. It's a just conscious thought. That's all it is. Anyways, that's how you pray. I'll give a quick example. First, I'm going to, you know, think of the eternal consciousness that has existed forever and doesn't change because they're eternal and there is no room for growth, you know. I'll think of the complete thought of who they are, you know, then I'm going to hold it. Yeah. I was actually doing it before I started this, you know, so I'm still doing it. I'm just explaining what I was doing. And that's about it. Say thank you for everything, you know. That's it. I can hold this prayer as long as I want. Anyways, that's how you pray.